Hi, I'm Oscar with Law Cyborg, and in this webinar, I'm going to give you a quick tour of all of our tools. I'm going to be starting with our flagship tool, our Tax AI. Our Tax AI utilizes cutting-edge AI technology to be able to answer any question about any area of New Zealand tax law, complete with references. Now, the screen you're seeing is the home of our Tax AI, and if I can direct your attention to this Auto button, if I click it, I'm able to see a complete list of all of the sources of information our Tax AI uses to answer your questions. Now, while I'm able to toggle any of these on or off at will in any combination, I'm going to leave it on Auto, which means that our AI will intelligently choose which sources are most relevant depending on your question. I have an example question prepared, which is, are refundable tax credits or non-refundable tax credits used first? So I've asked it, and let's see how it does. As we're able to see, it didn't take very long to answer the question, and it's provided me with a list of sources at the bottom. What makes our Tax AI special is that I'm able to click on any of these citations. Let's say this Income Tax Act citation, and it will take me not only to that specific source, but also the specific part or page of the source it used to answer my question. In this case, section LA4 of the Income Tax Act. This goes for any reference that has been given. For example, I can now click on the Tax Information Bulletin section, and it's going to take me to that specific bulletin as well as the specific page it used to answer my question. This saves so much time and makes verifying any given answer super easy and super quick. Now, I'm going to ask another question, and to do so, I'm going to refresh. The reason I'm going to refresh is because I'm not asking a follow-up question to the question I just asked before, so I don't want it having any of the context of the past question. This new question I have prepared is asking our Tax AI to explain base price adjustments and the necessary equations. However, this time, I'm going to click Use Turbo. What that means is, our tool is going to go into a bit more detail and take a little bit longer because it's going to spend more time looking over the sources. This is soon going to be renamed Research Mode so that it's a bit clearer. As we're able to see, even though it takes a little bit longer, it's still not very long at all, and it's going to go into a lot more detail when answering my question. As it answers, we're also able to see that it handles formula and equations with ease. And again, if I want to click on any of these specific citations, it'll take me to the specific part of the citation used in order to answer my question. I'm now going to refresh again and ask our tool one last question. This time, what is income under ordinary concepts? However, this time, I'm going to click off auto and I'm only going to select cases so that it only draws on cases in order to answer my question. So let's see what that looks like. As we're able to see, it draws on a number of cases in order to answer my question. And, as before, all of these cases will be clickable and will take me to that specific part of the case that is relevant to my question. That's a quick look at our Tax AI and what it can do. And now I'm going to give a brief look at our General AI, which I can easily navigate to using the sidebar here. Now, the General AI is able to answer questions not to do with tax law. And you might be thinking, well, how's that going to be useful to me? But trust me, it's a lot more useful than you might think. So as an example, I've copy-pasted some data here, and I've asked it to give me the account balances that I've pasted in as a pie chart. So let's see how it does. As we're able to see, it's able to give me the output as a pie chart. You're also able to do questions related to, for example, Excel formula, or getting it to help you check over an email or draft an opinion for something, even if it isn't specifically tax related. Because there's absolutely no usage limit between any of our tools, it's really handy to have our general AI in your back pocket, because it's able to answer all sorts of other questions that might pop up during your day-to-day that might not be directly related to tax law. Something else I'll mention is that our tools have chat history built in, meaning I'm able to quickly access past questions I've asked and see exactly what it answered. Now, I'm again going to use the sidebar, this time to navigate to our depreciation rate finder. Our depreciation rate finder is incredibly effective because it doesn't go based off keyword search, it goes based off what the word means. This means that if I type in mattress, for example, it's going to be able to answer based on bed, because bed is what is listed in the source documentation for depreciation rate, even though it isn't the exact same word, because it knows what the word means. This isn't even limited to English, and for example, I could ask this one in Mandarin, which I believe is cash register, and even though it isn't English, because it goes based off the meaning of a word and can auto-translate, it's going to know what I mean, and it's going to give me the right answer. This can save so much time and skips the menial task of having to make sure that you're using the exact correct word in order to find the depreciation rate of an item. Now, I'm going to navigate to our document questioner. What this allows you to do is quickly question a document of any sort, whether it be a PDF, an Excel spreadsheet, or anything in between, and get quick answers. While it isn't able to do citations yet, this is incredibly useful, as it lets you interrogate any sort of source that might just be really long or really tenuous to read through, and lets you quickly extract relevant data from it. Finally, I'll navigate to our provisional tax calculator, which allows you to input a specific client's information for provisional tax and have it calculated instantly. Now, because obviously this would require inputting some very sensitive data, it's a pertinent time for me to mention how seriously we take security. We have industry standard encryption at all stages in the process. For example, with our provisional tax calculator, you're able to turn your internet off and still use that tool because none of that information comes back to us. And for our other tools, the only information that is retained is who is asking a question and how many questions are being asked. We aren't able to see any of the content of any question. The only exception for that is, and I'll just ask an example question to illustrate this, is if you receive an answer that you're not happy with. Maybe the formatting has a weird issue, or maybe you simply don't think it's as correct as it could be. You can click this report button here, and then if you say you're unsatisfied with the answer, if you type in feedback, that goes directly back to us and is instantly reviewed by a human who is able to fix any issue there may be. So, that is the only time we are able to see the content of any question, so your data is safe with us. That sums up this short webinar. Now that you've had a quick introduction to all of our tools, we hope you'll sign up through our website, and for the low price of $39 plus GST per month, you're able to have unlimited access to all of these tools. If you have any questions or concerns, or simply want a bit more information, I encourage you to book a free demo with no strings attached on our website, which will allow you to get any extra information you need. Thank you, and we hope you sign up to Law Cyborg.